Alrighty, Void. So, another recent one actually. This one's from 2023, and it was one of those things where I was like, I just felt kind of blown out on watching through, trying to push towards my collection. So, happened to pull up Shutter just to see what was new, and Hell House LLC Origins: The Carmichael Manor immediately caught my eye, as I have seen and reviewed every other Hell House LLC film so far, and I really liked it. So I wanted to see how this one was. I was a little concerned because the third one I didn't dislike, but was weird. And this one, billing itself as an origin movie, I was trying to figure out, didn't they already cover pretty much all of the origin stuff that they could? Well, turns out not. So, this one has actually very little to do with the Hell House issue directly, but does focus around another haunting that does tie in with that haunting, particularly those goddamn clowns. But overall, it does kind of stand on its own, which is what really makes it work. You don't really need all the background for the Hell House LLC stuff to enjoy this movie. It helps, but because as some of the stuff the characters are discovering, but it aren't strictly necessary. So this is like a group of people who investigate like cold cases or hauntings. Pretty much, it's two girlfriends who are doing this, and then one of their brothers. So one of them is really obsessed with doing this, and the other one just is trying to do her job and pay the bills. Now, I apologize for the AC kicking in. I just double-checked. It doesn't sound like it's too bad on the audio, but bear with me on that. I am recording like right next to it. Anyway. So, they're investigating this giant manor where the last residents, all of them seem to have been involved in this. Pretty much was like viewed as like a murder-suicide, but the last person who, well, maybe not suicide, they're not sure, because one of the people who did it, they see their tracks going out into the snow, but then they just end. So, our people are trying to figure out what happened, and as occasionally they're left alone in the place, or as others go out to investigate, strange things start happening, including this locked room that opens up to reveal, well, the clowns that are well known for Hell House LLC. And it kind of goes from there of some very creepy imagery. This film does hold tension very well. It definitely got under my skin. So more so than the third and probably the second also. So this is going to be right up there with the first one. I really dug the hell out of this one. They do a good job of just holding on things just long enough for it to be intimidating before things get going. They don't linger too long, but just long enough to be uncomfortable. And this movie was just that. It was uncomfortable, but in the best way possible. And pretty much the two lead girls really do a good job of playing off of each other. They feel like a real couple that are having some real problems. I mean, they work very well together, but when one is more interested in this sort of job thing, the other is, it doesn't pay the bills. It feels real. They do a good job of this whole thing, and as they slowly figure out more and more about what does tie into the other the Hell House things, it feels like it is adding something. Is it extra? Sure, but I don't really care. I think if they ditched the origins, it would be a little bit better, just going with Hell House LLC, the Carmichael Manor, or even just the Carmichael Manor and then like a Hell House LLC thing in brackets, because it doesn't tie directly into the Hell House. Just minor nitpick. They do a good job also showing kind of the origins of some of that one creepy song that's kind of always playing in all of them. It goes into a little bit more about what that means and things like that. Can't quite remember if they did that in number 2 to 3, but it's been a while since I've seen them. Yep, I do highly recommend this one. I'll give it a good 8 MacGuffins. So if you liked the other Hell Houses, definitely check it out. If you didn't care for the later Hell Houses, still check it out. This one's right up there with the first one. It doesn't feel as weird as the third one got. It does feel more in line with the first. So, give it a check. I think it's still on Shudder, but I could be wrong. I watched this several weeks ago now. Alright. See you later, Void.